Welcome back in. Laurent Fourgo is the San Francisco singer who will transport you back in time to Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett. He performs around the Bay Area and has made quite the name for himself. We're so excited to have him today. Laurent, welcome.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Great to be here.
We're so excited to have you, and you dressed for our set, which I love.
I just wanted to match your set. Yeah, so it was perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you today. And you were just rehearsing. We're so excited to hear your song coming up next. That's going to be so fun. Tell me a little bit about your musical background.
Music background. So I studied in France. So I was living near Paris, and I went to the conservatory. It started for me when I was 8 years old. I studied musical theory, and then after I got into playing saxophone, and then I switched to oboe. I was doing mostly classical music at the time, so that's what my background. And then after I got into singing, when I was in my teens, and at the time in France, the karaoke kind of scene, came in, and that was fantastic to work on some songs, but also meeting some, new people. In Paris, it was big. So I really got into the singing thanks to the karaoke, but also I was also singing over Elvis Presley music. So that's how I started with my musical journey.
Okay, wow. So 8 years old seems so young to start in music theory. Were your parents, wanting you to be in that, or what was the initial inspiration?
Yeah, my parents never studied music, but they said, we need to get into them, my sister and I, into sport and also music. So that's why, and my dad is passionate about music. His dad used to play also in what we call the les balles populaires in France, so he was playing the accordion and also the guitar. So, but he never got a chance to study music, my dad and my mom. So they wanted us to get into music and play an instrument, which it was fantastic.
It seems to have worked out okay for you.
It is, yeah, I'm very happy about it.
Yes, and then you transitioned into American music somehow. So was that the Elvis connection? How did you get there?
Yeah, so my dad is a big fan of all the American rock and roll from the 50s, Elvis, Chuck Berry, Bill Haley, and things like that. So when going on a vacation, growing up, we're going to the south of France during summer, or to the mountain during the winter. So there's 3-4 hours, and my dad had the tape of all the music he loves, and that's how I discovered Elvis Presley, and I got into the American music that way. It's only way after I got into the Frank Sinatra, the American jazz standard kind of thing, because I don't recall my dad was, listening to that kind of music, or anyone in the family. So I discovered that. In fact, it was through karaoke. I remember it was a big salon in Paris, and they invited people to sing, and I said, okay. And I took a song from Dean Martin. I barely knew at the time. Everybody loves somebody sometime. I got a recording out of it. I still have. And I said, it sounded pretty good. So it kind of pushed me to pursue into the singing kind of aspect.
And you made it your own, which is so fun and so exciting. Now, you have a band that performs with you at times. Tell us a little bit about your band and the instruments that are with you.
Okay, so it's I call it the Vintage Jukebox Orchestra. I studied that about 10 years ago. And the idea was to cover any jazz music from 1920 all the way to the mid-60s. And I can play from a 3-piece to a 12-piece orchestra with the horns and things like that. So I cover music, great music from Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, Bobby Darin, Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong. So I'm very fortunate to be able to perform this kind of music, which is timeless in terms of melody and lyrics.
It is just so cool. Listening to your sounds, it just takes you back in time, and it feels so wholesome and so fun, too, for dancing. I saw a lot of people dancing in the videos. How does that feel for you to be out there, being the one who provides that fun experience for people? Playing
music, you need to understand you're playing for people. So when you see people, got into your music and also dancing, this is fabulous, because I'm getting fed by the energy, and that's what makes it so fun. I'm in the fun business. I mean, like you are.
Yeah.
When you're interviewing people, it's all about fun and, you know, good spirit. So I got a chance to perform on a regular basis at the Top of the Mark in San Francisco every second Saturday of every month. And that's where we're getting all those dancers who are coming in and just having fun. And also you were mentioning that I kind of brought back kind of the American music. And for me, it's also, we're trying also to dress up, you know, to bring people into a different kind of era or vibe. So I think for me, the attire is matching also the music we're playing. It goes all together.
Yes, wonderful.
So we get lucky at the Top of the Mark to get all those dancers dancing swing, but also cha-cha, rumba, waltz. I mean, all those what we call ballroom dancing. It's wonderful.
Do you have a favorite performance that you've ever done? Like your #1 favorite, most fun performance you've done?
I mean, I'm doing over like 200 events per year.
Wow.
So it's, I mean, every time I play, I'm having fun because I'm playing the music I love. So they're all great. And I can play for 10 people all the way to a few thousand. For me, as long as I'm feeling the music and I perform what I love, that's the most important.
Amazing. Now let's talk about the music that you're going to perform today. Tell us a little bit about the song you'll sing for us.
So in fact, it's a song that was written in 1944, but it was made famous by Dean Martin in 1961 and 1964, and I think he reached like 25 in the Billboard 100, so it was a big hit, and it's called "You're Nobody Till Somebody Loves You." Great song, that's my favorite Dean Martin song. Timeless lyrics, great melody, and it shows kind of a crooning kind of aspect of the voice, so I just, you know, love it.
All right, love the choice. Now, are there any shows or anything coming up that you want to tell people about? What's next for you?
So I do a lot of, you know, events throughout the Bay Area, but the one I have on a regular basis, it's at the Top of the Mark. It's the second Saturday of every month. So February 8th will be the next one. Although this month it's exceptional, I'll be there on the 25th of January, so this coming Saturday. And for people who never experienced the Top of the Mark, it's an iconic place in San Francisco that opened in 1939, and it's the best view in San Francisco. 360 degrees, great cocktail, great vibe. I mean, it seemed like it's a party where everybody is invited, you know, and I got to perform with my 4-piece, and it's packed on Saturday. So if you to join, better to reserve your table, make a call, and join us for the fun. It starts at 8 and we go until 11 p.m.
Oh, so fun, Laurent. We have to check you out there. Thank you so much for the interview today. And after the break, we'll get into your performance. We can't
Thank you, Rachel.
wait. Of course.